Hello and thank you for joining us for our third episode in our special series on the future of real estate. Joining me again is Alex Zagrabelny, the CEO and founder of Our Evolution and the mind behind the Eiwa development project. Alex, thank you for joining us here today.
Thank you for inviting.
So in the last two episodes, episode 1 we focused on the subject of longevity and how that's impacting real estate. Episode 2 we talked more about this idea of regenerative real estate and how that's the future for the industry. This episode I want to get more into the nitty-gritty of the business side. So if we can start with, how does these ideas of longevity and regenerative real estate feed into the business side of real estate as an investment product and as an investment class? Should investors be keeping in mind these trends when they're looking at future purchases?
I think yes. And there is like two sides of it. But the both is based on what kind of real value you create for your future customers. Yeah, because now I think the strategy to be commercial, it's like the old school strategy at all. Yeah, so but evaluation, what kind of, especially in Dubai. Because in Dubai, there is a lot of successful people, so the big community who is ready like vote with their money for the health, for their well-being, for their longevity. And this is, this is create even another possibility for us as a real estate developers. Even for those who want to buy and rent it, it's a very unique product. Because first, in our type of building in Eiwa, you spend double less for the any type of like money consumption which is connected with energo efficiency of the building. And in the long-term perspective, it's minimum 15% of extra evaluation of your apartment. Because let's say if your evaluation of your real estate is from income, usually you use like 6% yield. With the 6% yield, each 1,000 create a lot of extra evaluation for your apartment. And this is how we're thinking that even that facades which can live longer without any extra investment, it's another value, another benefits for you as an owner of this in this type of buildings. Because if after 5 years, after 7 years, even in some buildings after 2 years, so you need, again, or redeveloped, or this building will be ugly and nobody wants to rent. Nobody wants to live in the buildings, whereas even from the first step you feel the smell of black mold. You know, any type of molds which really can destroy your life. So especially for the sensitive people, for the kids, it really can destroy your life. And in this case, so you create the product in a good way for end user. So when you think about the person who will live with their families and evaluate the value, what kind of value we want to deliver to them, so that's easily. So there is only, I don't know, one time you need to visit this type of buildings, and trust me, in 2010, when I finalized first building with elite platinum certification, nobody even know about it. Now with the elite platinum certified buildings, you can sell, for example, in Spain, regular is a 5% yield. Yeah, this type of buildings, there is a lot of funds who are ready to buy it with 3.5, 3.7 yield build. Yield, it means like it's 30% extra evaluation of the building. You spend in the construction extra 5-7%. So I always evaluate each of the solutions, what we implement. Is it create value for our end user, for our target audience, for our investors? If the answer is yes, it means that sometimes in some feature you invest, I don't know, 5 dirham, but it's create value for 100. It means what is IRR and ROI of this idea? You invest extra 5, you create extra 100 dirhams in the price.
It sounds like to me that what you're saying is that these kinds of trends to keep in mind, longevity, regenerative real estate development, they're just good for business in their own right.
I think everything what is support the real value of your target audience, it makes sense. No, because we are here not to create some kind of, so I don't want to create like gimmicky walls and windows and that and sell the square foots. I sell the possibilities and the life of future residents. I sell their health. I sell their well-being. How much it costs? So that's even, but in our case, of course, if the building like Eiwa was in 2021, when we start live in Dubai, actually 5 years ago, it's already 2020, 2020. So I'm ready to pay, so that it was, we rent the apartment for 800,000 in Blue Water Island. If the Eiwa, same apartment with the same, I'm ready to pay double price. Really, because I understand that my daughter have strong allergy to any type of these things. So I evaluate the quality of design, quality of the architecture. There is there is 360-degree, very important tools in the life of future residents. And so, and it's like for anyone who have millions, if he pay like some extra, but because of your health, because of the increasing of your efficiency in your life, you can own even more. So you can have more millions because you don't need to think even about health, about this, why I'm so tired. Oh, there is no, so we try with the buildings as a tool, reduce as much as possible anything which can destroy you, which can not support you in your flourishing in your life. This is the real product.
You mentioned this term earlier, ROI, return on investment.
Yes.
Does there need to be a conversation had instead also about this idea on return on wellness and return on the investment that you get? Can you even put a number on the idea of living in a property which looks after you more so than perhaps another might?
How you can evaluate your health and longevity? Like, I don't know, we can evaluate it how much you need to spend in the future, at least to keep it like minus 10 or not increase your, let's say, not effective performance in your life. So that's usually you spend tons of money for it, tons of money. But in this case, you have your home. But and there is another problem that when you visit some, I don't know, longevity clinic somewhere, something for 2 weeks. There is like for you it's like healthy vacation, but then you're back in your real life, real routine, where like possibly your building can destroy you in opposite way. But if that in your daily routine is implemented a code of rituals which support your choice to live longer, to live healthy, so and again, it's not against that. If you like your beautiful Burgundy wine, so we will support this ritual too. But if you choose that use like at least 50% of the tools of Eiwa, it really will change your life. And this is like you cannot evaluate. It's like even in money. Because without health, you don't need money. So you cannot be happy with the most beautiful wife if you cannot serve your relationship because of your bad health.
I mean, if you can't put a number on that kind of thing, But you're saying that at the same time, perhaps you can enjoy some of the vices in life. Are
Yeah.
you saying that a lot of these wellness rituals that might exist inside a building they're not a burden in order to enjoy the benefits of?
Actually, I vote for easy life. No, easy.
I mean, I feel like an easy
yeah,
life too.
in a good way, and of course that rituals is here not because we want make life more complicated, but to invite consciousness and understanding. Because for me, even the reading of the book with my daughter is one of the rituals of my family. Same as in local tradition to meet the mother on Friday dinner. Amazing tradition. Why we cannot implement it in our building? So why we cannot implement not one time per year Thanksgiving Day, but maybe make it each month, because it's create a lot of opportunity even to meet someone to make the gift to someone in your community which even you don't know and receive the gifts from him. This type of very easy ritual, but make your life, even fun. Yeah, we need it. We need it. That from the ritual of the burning 24/7 fire. Yeah, and when someone is make a pray for your health and prosperity inside your family, not for the money, but because this is one of the rituals of your building. By the way, in all of my building is happened from 2014. So because that you need to think in this type of wellness orientated buildings, not only when you created the building itself, but then to think about the life in the future. That to clean ventilation system one time in 3 months, not one time in the 3 years. Yeah, especially in Dubai. So to all these rituals which is supporting you from sunset to sunrise. So make our life easy, but at the same time with a meaning.
These rituals sound incredibly important. They also sound a little bit expensive to facilitate all of them. How do we quantify that? How do we understand those kinds of costs?
Actually, for now, if you proper manage the building, it's from 33 to 35 dirhams per square foot per year. It's nothing special. Nothing special.
If it's nothing special, why do you think other developers aren't following the same trend?
You need to put attention on it. You need to create. You need to think about it. You need to be brave and somehow. Oh yeah, because that it's not about the rituals connected with a gimmicky luxury. So that's someone in the black tie is standing in front of you and even cannot speak with you properly. It means because the fear is between you and him. Because in the management, yeah. But to create, to train. So we in all of my buildings, we train the management team that they feel that serve the people is honest for them. This is not the place where I'm serving for a few months and then I will find something better. No, we are with trainings of the staff, we create even the possibility that from 2014 we not lost even one employee. Because when they change their mind, we change a little bit understanding that the serve people is honest for them. And with all these rituals, so they after 4 months, it's changed the energy inside the building. People start fight with each other less. So or they start receiving benefits, gifts from the residents. Not because of, that someone asked about it, but because of when the resident understand that someone is thinking about their health and prosperity and do it like because of it's one of the rituals of the building, immediately they like even birthday gifts now is another ritual from our client, from the residents who live inside the building. Usually they give the gifts when the birthday of the someone in the maintenance team. It's and this is regenerative development for me too. So this is part of regenerative for the planet, regenerative for communities, regenerative for individuals in each level. And in each level, from the technology to ancient knowledge, then to the rituals in the management of it.
So it sounds to me a lot like the building of the development to purchasing a property. You've really mapped out a lot more than just selling the property and leaving it and moving on.
But all these type of properties, they create extra benefits for all. Extra ROI, extra IRR, everything. No, really.
And that means obviously in the long term, we're talking about good longevity for the residents, but also good longevity for the asset class as well.
Yes, of course. Yes, of course.
Well, I mean, I have to say, I admire the fact that you can look to the future as much, because a lot of developers, they tend to leave the property pretty quickly after the project's completed and move on.
This is not our strategy. In all countries where we exist, usually after the second building, we even create our management company, because to follow our rules. Now we finalize the tender, so we choose like the management company who's usually manage the 5-star hotels. We give our list of rituals and extra services. Now we work like this, but for Dubai only.
Tell me this, do you have, because obviously our Evolution has a few projects that you've completed before, do you have repeat customers?
Yes, of course.
I mean, that must be amazing, because that shows that obviously there's a lot of support for...
Even our existing customers in Eiwa, they like, if they have friends who live in my building, this is the best feedback what I really can expect. But I'm receiving the calls from my clients, from wife of my clients, because they want to say thank you what we did in their lives.
I mean, and that must feel great for you as somebody who has such a value in building and regenerating communities.
Yes, of course. So give me the Eiwa movement. Yeah,
It's got a name, the Eiwa movement.
Yeah, Eiwa movement. Yes.
Okay, look. There's one more topic I'd like to talk about before we call it quits, and it's because you promised me in our last conversation that you'd explain this subject a little bit more, and it's this idea of the different generations of real estate development and of living.
Yes.
I think, correct me if I'm wrong, you said we were up to...
We are generation 5.0. Eiwa is a generation 5.0. So regenerative development.
I have to ask, obviously, what's number 1, 2, 3,
now,
4?
Okay, number 1 is actually, it's a cave or primitive shelters. It was like, people were strongly connected with nature, grounded, but at the same time, the main purpose of the buildings was to protect from nature and from animals. It's generation number 1. But there is a lot of good things what we absorb from the generation is generation 2.0. It's the buildings before electricity. So there is some of the lines of these buildings is very interesting, especially when the people start thinking, especially in Vedic tradition, but actually in all tradition, people start thinking how with natural resources they can create ventilation, they can create the water to deliver the water from the mountains, or how to balance energies inside the building, Vastu compliance, or Avicenna, how he create the... So with the buildings in actually in this region, yeah, and this is generation 2.0. So that's okay. People start being more disconnected with nature, but at the same time, natural materials. So there is no toxin because there is all materials is natural. Maybe only radiation, maybe sometimes. Yeah, because we in Eiwa we have a special strategy even to check for radiation before installation all the materials, stone, wood, from nature, because from millions years ago, you can receive with the stone radiation inside your home, and then you start receiving headache pain, and then you're asking your doctor to give you the pillows because you have a headache pains. But the real result, but this happened because of some stones, small stones inside your concrete and the floors in your buildings with this type of stones, with increased level of radiation. That's all. Yeah. So generation number 2 before the electricity. Then the most really worst for the civilization, generation number 3. When the electricity is coming, new materials, so that strong, let's say, functionalism in the creation of the buildings, prefab buildings, buildings with a lot of iron inside, where nobody even thinking about how to balance energies, how to so that some of the materials can be really toxic for your future life. Nobody. So people start be disconnected from nature, etc. This is generation 3.0. Generation 4.0. And what else? We really very strong consumption of the materials, resources from Earth. Without any type of thinking about health of the earth itself. And generation 4.0 is sustainable buildings, which more focus on the health of the planet, how to reduce the energy consumption, how to implement solar panels, or how to second time use the gray water, everything we have in Eiwa. Yeah? But mostly focus on the planet. But regenerative development is focused on the health of the planet, health and well-being of the communities, and health and well-being of the individuals without prioritization of any of this group. So it's a equal attention to each of these, let's say, 3 main targets: planet, community, individuals.
Wow.
And this is generation 5.0. And in generation 5.0, so for the humans to balance energies inside, we implement some ancient practice of our ancestors. So that's together with most advanced technologies, together with the preparation of a living harmonized water, air, non-toxic materials, EMF protection inside the building. So that's actually, this is the essence of the knowledge of both civilizations from the past and from the future, with the targets: planet, individuals, community. This is really regenerative development.
Wow.
And the next stage, so that it will be not only in the super luxury segment like Eiwa, but to create the full ecosystem where even you will support your suppliers who is follow these principles when they make the plants, for example, or they make the materials, or they are in eco farms where what we need to support this type of production of the food.
You're talking about the whole supply chain.
Yeah, it's like, yes. And this is green economy will help a lot. Yeah, because those one who cannot for some reason be sustainable need to buy the carbon bonds. Yeah, but those one who follow this strategy can receive extra benefits from it. And this is again some kind of, at least not lose-lose, but win-lose. Yeah.
Wow.
Win-win.
Win-win.
Yeah.
Look, Alex, I know you're a very busy man. You've got a lot of projects on your plate. So it only exists for me to thank you so much for the time over episode 1, episode 2, and episode 3. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts with us. Very much appreciate it. And obviously very much look forward to the completion of the Eiwa project and what will be coming next. Yeah.
Next will be mock-up apartments on site in the middle of October. I invite everyone in our experience center when you can see, feel, touch the real Eiwa, and mock-up apartments, yes, will be. And next buildings is coming. So that's why we are talking about the Eiwa movement, because with this type of buildings, we can really change the meaning of real estate in our life. The true value of it, we need to deliver to the people.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. The future of living, brought to you by the Eiwa movement. Alex, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you, and thank you for beautiful ritual. So actually, the third week, we're together, it became our ritual.
It's our ritual.
Let's make it happen. Thank you.
Thank you.